ashes to ashes, they all fall down. Bunch of little bad kids from a small, small town. We some inner city niggas and they all wild out. I am not the pretty nigga, I'm the dog right now.
Fuck out of me. What's going on, everybody? My name's Danny Ferrari.
My name is Parker Ment.
We are Excellent Sound, and woo, this is a smasher of a video right now.
This is one of our favorite tracks of the year.
Shout out Boombox Cartel, actually kind of helping us get our start. One of our very first poppin' videos was our Boombox Cartel remake of Alamo, so we know you all love Boombox Cartel.
They're like the low-key hybrid trappers, dude.
Yep.
They're fucking crazy.
In celebration of Boombox Cartel 2, obviously, we have a brand new pack that just came out today. Don't worry. Yeah, clap it up first. Yeah, give it to us.
Come on, come on.
Yep. Drops Only Vol.2 is out now.
There it is, baby.
You still have a chance to go ahead and get the bonuses of an extra 50 presets. All drop-related Serum presets, all easy to go, ready to help you start writing drops, all just drop sounds. No fucking chords.
No pads, dude.
No fucking plucks.
No fucking like little squeaky like.
No, just fucking
shit.
drop sounds, okay? And they're all cool too because they're a lot of them are sequenced, so even if you don't necessarily use the sound, it'll give you a pattern, so essentially you can hold on a note and get an idea going. That's the idea behind it.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal way to get your drops started.
Yes, and we're gonna be doing a ton of videos on drops coming up soon, so look out for our next video or the video after that. We're definitely gonna be doing some drop writing tips. I'm sure you guys will be looking forward to that. We're always trying to learn how to write better drops.
Yeah, I love seeing the process of other producers and see how they think and how they go about it. Some people start with drums, some people start with bass, you know?
Tons of creative ways to start writing drops that you can kind of do to get your brain flowing. What's really cool about this song Reaper is, God, fucking smasher, dude. We're gonna be making the lead sound right here. It sounds, this first one that you hear, it sounds like this. Woo-hoo!
That was crazy.
And of course it does the, you know, this whole thing. And it's really, really cool. I'm gonna explain some of the techniques into actually getting it to be that way. But yeah, make sure you guys go and check out Drops Only Vol.2. This is your last chance to go ahead and get those bonus of 50 presets. If you miss out on that, don't worry, it's still 100 presets, but I would definitely recommend, we almost have, I mean, from what we saw from all the pre-saves, I mean, there was at least 500 pre-saves. So you still got a chance. I'm not sure if every single person bought it by this point, but make sure you guys go do that now. Also, this will be available in the download description for you. If you just wanna download it and take your shit and leave, go ahead, but you're probably not gonna learn anything. Nope.
No, you're not.
You want to be smart? You want to be handsome?
You want to have great drop sounds?
I thought you were about to say you want to have great sex? Stay here. Rack is in the description too. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Like the video, subscribe, comment, all that bullshit. Okay, so this sound was really, really cool. I went ahead and resampled it because there's a little bit of sound at the end that you can kind of hear a little tail end. Nice. And also, if you didn't know, we remake everything here. So we remake all the sounds, all the drums, all that stuff. Talk about how you can get those sounds later. I got an initiated patch right here. Sounds like this. Hard as fuck. I added a little fade so we didn't hear that little funny noise. And then this sound right here is essentially, it's the same sound. It's just cut audio, which I'll show you how to do that too in just a bit. But now that we got our initiated patch, let's go ahead and start with that. Pretty cool too. Just found a really cool technique, a little nugget notch. Do you smoke notch?
We sure do.
We fucking blaze that shit on the daily, bro. We burn it, okay?
Burn.
I got a good little notch tip for you all that I used in actually making this sound that I think will be really helpful. But first, let's start off with this basic shape. So we're gonna use oscillator B today, okay? I know it's a little wild, a little crazy, but we're going for it.
My OCD is just flipping out.
It's going crazy right now.
Crazy.
Okay, so first we're gonna go ahead and set it to a square wave like so, and we're gonna go ahead and turn the level all the way down, okay? And then we're gonna go ahead and make sure that we make this LFO1 first, a little skate quarter pipe right here with a big fat deck.
I haven't seen you tech deck in a while, dude.
Dude, I know,
no more
it's been a minute.
fingerboards.
No, it's still a problem.
Still a thing?
You just don't know about it.
Okay.
Envelope set to quarter note. We're gonna go ahead and put this on the level and have it go all the way up like so. Let me get over to the MIDI note so we can hear what's going on. It's almost like a side chain sort of thing, but this is the only envelope you really need to make. Next, we're gonna go ahead and set up our oscillator A, and we're gonna set this to a square wave as well. And then we're also gonna go ahead and make sure that our warp mode method is set to sync. Now, cue the fucking music, bro. Light that shit up, here we go. Oh, all right, now let me tell you, here's a really cool way if you're trying to match the tone of a different, if you're trying to remake something or you're trying to get an interesting tone. I'm telling you, the sync knob is like the most powerful warping method that there is. Reason being is the sync knob is essentially blending through the octaves, but it isn't necessarily perfect at times. So when I was trying to match this, we had like a similar sound that was close, but it wasn't quite there. And using the sync knob to actually get it to be the correct pitch was actually really helpful. The way that I did that is I went ahead and I turned off oscillator B, and I just started with this. And then I was matching the tone, the pitch by, I found basic shape and I matched the tone like this. Just like tuning a guitar, right? I found the tone, and then once I knew that was my spot, what you do then is you take this and you turn it all the way down, and then you apply your LFO. In this case, you're gonna go ahead and set the sync up all the way to that, and you're gonna go ahead and set it to 78. So basically, when it's gonna fade into that note right there. And since I'm using sync as an FM, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the level down and initiate oscillator B, and I got my level set up. Now that I got both my oscillators right, let me make sure I got FM from FM from A going, and then here is where you can also mess with the tune a little bit. Okay, and I went ahead and set the FM from A to 57. And what's really cool about that is, like I said, this is essentially going up a different octave, but I can change this. See how it's like a little out of tune?
Yeah.
That's in tune right there.
That's a huge nut.
This is a really fat nut. Yeah.
Take that oscillator B
and
off.
Just match the tone with the sync and using FM. I mean, there should be a whole video on this. If you guys want us to do a whole video again on how to work FMing wrong, again, this is another cool trick that I really kind of came across.
We were wrong again.
We were wrong again. That's a good idea. Okay, now that we got that set up, do I have the sync at the right spot? Yeah, 78, 78s. Make sure you got mono set on. Let's go ahead and have a subwave in there too, why not? And go ahead and put that on the level and set that to 50 tits. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and initiate our filter, comb minus filter. Anything boombox related with like those type of bass sounds, it's always like a comb or flange filter. A lot of resonance and some cutoff.
Comb Cartel, dude.
Comb Cartel, right? Yeah. 146 for the cutoff, res at 29, mix halfway at about 47, and drive all the way down. We're gonna go ahead and apply this LFO to our drive, like so. Go ahead and set that to 40 toots. We're almost using the comb filter's distortion, essentially. Initially I had it all the way up, but we went ahead and dialed it back just a bit, so that was easy to make it kind of come back to it and dial it in a little bit more. So let's go ahead and jump into the effects, but before we jump into the effects, we want to make sure and we take the time to let you guys know that we are doing our Patreon. We will be releasing some exclusive project files I think we just talked about doing. We're not going to tell you quite what they are. Trying to get to 500, we're going to go ahead and release an exclusive pack for you, and then also too, I think we're going to go ahead and release some project files that may or may not have been
exclusive content.
Exclusive content, we will just say that. So yeah, make sure you go to Patreon, and then you can actually, see how we made these other sounds, such as stuff like this dun dun dun. Love this sound. And then of course the chomp chomp. You can really get into it. We went ahead and we made sure that we saved all the presets and all the samples in a folder for you guys so you can just add them and start using them into your production. And I think what we're gonna start doing too is we're gonna start doing some exclusive tutorials for patrons on actually, not only we're gonna give you these sounds, but we're gonna start adding some tutorials in there for you all, just a little bit more in depth on our thought process in making these sounds. I think
we're gonna be diving in a lot deeper than we do on YouTube. We're gonna go over all of these crazy sounds, how we did it, a lot of more advanced techniques.
Yep.
It's gonna be really, really cool. We're trying to bump up Patreon. We're trying to make it extra special for you guys and give you the most content that any other like music production Patreon has. I think
as far as we've seen, but yeah.
I can't find any other Patreon that gives away as much as we do.
Yeah. But anyway, check out our Patreon and look for that exclusive content. Let's go ahead and jump into the rest of this sound. Okay, so first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to go ahead and add a chorus. Rate's going to be set to 0.08 hertz, delay at 2.9, delay 2 at 5.3, depth 4.6, feedback at 22, and the low pass filter all the way up. Add LFO 1 onto the mix knob, and you're going to go ahead and set that back to 25s. Cool. And then we're gonna go ahead and add the hyper dimension with the rate at 36, detune at 46, 7 voices of unison, and mix at 30 toots. And then the mix all the way to 48 on the dimension side. Kind of gets it. Now this filter is cool, man. This says filter's kind of slept on. We were trying like the reverb filter to kind of make it sound more screamy. We ended up using this all pass. This is a shout out an old massive filter that I don't think gets used a lot. Shout out you guys if you use the all pass a lot. Let us know in the comments. Really good for growls and basses. You're gonna make sure the cutoff knob is essentially set to 37, resonance at 29, drive at 68, amp at 14, and mix at 3%. You wanna go ahead and put LFO 1 on the cutoff and have it barely move, just a teenser, like right around there. Let's say 0 or 1. Set it to 1, that's fine. And then another big thing is messing with the mix knob. Mix knob is gonna be set to 47s. There you go. Adding a little bit more hair on the sack.
Hairy sack.
Big thing is this damp knob. This damp knob, that was adding the little extra artifacts at the end. I wanted to automate it off with Serum, but it wasn't sounding the same, so I left the grit, and that's why we froze and flattened it, which we'll get into, but nice. And then after that, we're gonna go ahead and use a diode 2 distortion, and we're gonna go ahead and set the drive to 9 and the mix to 40 toots, and go ahead and put LFO 1 on the drive, and we're gonna go ahead and set that to 36. And then we're also gonna add it to the mix knob as well. That's gonna be set to 50 toots. Nasty, bro. Nice, okay, and then after that, we're gonna go ahead and add an OTT compressor. You're probably gonna wanna move these around a little bit, try to match that, because I think I did. Thresh at 12, 4, 90, 90, and 11.3. Woo!
That's crunchy.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty. And then you're gonna do a little EQ. Cool little thing is essentially if you wanna make this like a low pass 6, is turn the Q almost all the way down to 12%. Frequency we got at like 1300 and gain at 0. It should essentially cut the highs, but we want it to kind of sweep in with the sound. So we're gonna go ahead and put LFO 1 on that as well, set that to 46. Beautiful.
Cleans it up.
There's that little artifact.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, cool. So, I mean, that's pretty much the sound so far. We're gonna get into some of the processing too. Another thing I really appreciate is the actual drums that Boombox Cartel actually does. I wanted to show you guys that real quick. I have them soloed with the sub. It sounds so good, man. Just so like perfect the way they put little elements in there that needs to be there. And I think we're gonna probably go over this in a video soon. I think that's a big part of it, is filling up some of the drums. Helps fill out the sound. Notice all the space in between. Again, we'll talk about that. But yeah, if you want to get those drums too, make sure you shoot over to our Patreon. Okay, now that we got the sound sounding pretty good, let's go ahead and get into the processing of it. Go. Whew, you don't even really need it. But essentially processing is just some OTT with a little bit of gain, highs, mids, and lows up at 100%, a little bit of time at 128. Slow, just making it more hairy, bigger. Cut the lows, little dip here. Okay, you can do this with FL, whatever you want. Another OTT at 50% and the time all the way down. You can really hear that artifact now, which is really cool. I made some weird glitches out of it, actually. I got inspired. I made some glitches for a new pack coming out. And yes, we are going to be working on a Cartel 3. Don't worry, it's coming out. We got a couple other things planned.
Don't you worry.
Don't you worry. Cartel 3 will be there, as well as some other sequels that we got working on. But not quite yet. Anyway, OTT 50%, like I said, 5 for the output. And then I used bass roundup, but I ended up changing it to the clean setting. And then I turned the dry wet down to like 14.3. Make sure it's set to dual. Just that little, like a little bit more like kind of nasty harmonics. It's real subtle stuff. You don't have to do that, but you know, we just were trying to match the sound a little bit more. And then we cut out a little bit of the hair right here. Cut the little trim of the pubes right here. Cut the lows. And then, of course, Danny's new favorite reverb rack. If you want to see a rack pack, let us know in the comments down below. I think we're going to do that. And essentially, the Reverb Throw is just automating to the end right here. And then it shuts off immediately. It's because in the initial sound, it just kind of sounds like there's reverb going on. So let's hear what it sounds like right now in context. Beautiful. You can hear that artifact. That's why I chose to freeze and flatten it. You can also use like a volume rack if you want. We froze and flattened it, did a little fade right here. And then what we did is, you know, I went ahead and resampled this again, and I actually kind of really messing with the fades to get the fade right, essentially. So that really helped. And then each one of these, it's the same sound, it's just a little shorter with the warping. just big reverb throws, and that reverb throw actually adds a lot. I actually wanted to talk about something too.
They're nice and swung too, dude. Look how off the
very
grid
swung.
they are, dude.
But it's so right. Beautiful. So we made that classic sort of like Nuketown sort of, you know, siren in here. And it sounds like a real sort of alarm, and I'm personally really proud of it because I actually saved it. I'm like, I'm actually going to use this, like, because it's really hard to find a really good one that you need, especially the length. So we're going to be going over that in a just the tips video on our TikTok. So if you guys want to see that, make sure you guys go follow us on TikTok. We got some nugs over there, and we're going to start doing these like exclusive stuff like that on TikTok.
We got some dance videos.
A lot of dancing.
We're popping on TikTok now, dude.
Fuck,
It's only been like 2 months, and
we got invited to Hype House.
Yeah, dude.
Watermelon sugar high. But yeah, anyway, if you want to see a little quick tip, just the tips, and see how we made that, really cool little thing, very useful in your production, especially for making stuff like this. But that about wraps it up for this video. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed this. Again, make sure you guys go right now, click the link in the description, go get your copy of Drops Only Volume 2 for 150 presets for only 35 bucks. Right now, first 500, go, get there. You still got a little bit of time.
Yeah, and the way that you'll know that you're the first 500 is you'll buy it and you'll have 150 presets.
If not, you have 100, but still really good. But again,
crazy deal.
50 bonus presets. We're really proud of it, and make sure you guys go check out the little demo sort of mashup sort of thing we've done with this actual pack, showing you how you can utilize it, and look for more drop tutorial videos and anything you guys also want to see, right?
Yep.
Cool. Make sure you guys, again, check out all the links in the description. We will see you in the next time. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and play this out. Parker, we forget anything, bud?
No, man. Let's play it out. Thank
Subscribe.
you
Get
guys
us
for
to fucking 50K for fuck's sake,
Let's go,
dude.
baby.
All right.